Hello guys, how do you do? How do you be? Welcome back to episode number 11 of the TeenzHYP show. Man, this has been a journey. And of course, if you didn't know, this is our second last episode. I mean, Koi, how do you feel about that?
I'm so excited, since episode 1, so it go episode 11. I'm so excited. And guys, thank you for the support you've been giving us, the love, the support at the upper. It was noticed.
It has, of course, been noticed, as she's saying. And of course, this being the second last episode, we have a lot of special things in store for you, the memories and all the good stuff that we've had here. So all you have to do is to please share this first of all, then stay tuned and stay connected to see what's there for you guys. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So Wahesh, today, as we said, we have a lot of surprises for you guys. And with me here is Koi Karumba, and of course, we are here for a special occasion. And I know a special occasion was say it's trying to get a recap of the things that we've done, the things that have been there since episode number 1 to episode number 10, how things have been, the failures, the wins, and everything generally. So we are here. Na hapa inabidi mtu tu amejiseti vizuri because we are going to have quite some time together to discuss. But maybe Koi, you just tell me from episode number 1 to episode number 10, summarize it in one word.
Hey. Summarize it in one word. I can just say it has been, ata yezi to share one word. Awesome, amazing, exquisite, everything, fun, engaging, yeah.
For me, if I was to say it with one word, I would just say experience. Experience, like this has been a new journey for me.
Yes.
Sijai host any other show. I've not done anything like this before. So it's an experience. And we are talking about your workflow. I'm talking about the workflow. Sure. Talk about the failures.
You remember episode 1 how we had so many things.
So
we were still new. I don't know.
And I don't know if these guys remember. Episode 1, let me just say it's one of my worst.
I know.
It's one of my worst.
You were with unkona shirt ya white na stripes are black. I was in pink.
Oh man, so you can also remember. Yeah, but I also remember na ile hairstyle yako. But yeah, I do remember. I mean, from the intro, I was so ile kawoga kako hapo. The hyped talk, Ben talked to us so.
Kulikuwa na kuku fulani.
Kulikuwa na kuku imeshinda imetusumbua hapa jamani. Watu wameka kuku wazinyamazi. We are speaking bado kuna kakuku. But guys can go see it in episode number 1 of our TeenzHYP.
Yeah, with Ben Kiruthi.
This has been an experience, a real experience. I mean, what is the one thing you will always remember from episode number 1 to episode number 10, or generally the whole series?
I think as you move to the next episode, from episode number 1 to episode number 2, there's that new thing you learn. Says the same when nilikuwa na host episode number 1 is how I'm hosting episode number 11. There's that growth. That is what I can say. There's been that growth. And
yeah, that's true. For me, if ukiniuliza, one thing that I've learned from episode number 1 to, or generally the whole series, I'll just say it's the environment and the atmosphere. As we progress, the atmosphere changes.
Changes, true.
From Ben Kiruthi being in our hype talk to going to Mashmwana, who's in the music industry. We're in the photography industry, then tunaenda into the music industry. Then we go to episode number 3, Tracy Waithera, who's in a totally different thing. So the atmosphere changing, and
episode 4
with Tatiana and her friend, who was in Australia and doing a lot of different stuff. I mean, just looking
then we went
back.
To 5 with Liz
the lawyer. Liz Busisa, the lawyer.
Yes.
Of course, to episode number 6, where we did the hustle edition.
Yes. No, with there was one with Maureen King.
Oh yeah, 6 was with Maureen Kings.
Yes.
Then 7 was it the 7 we had somebody else.
Moji. Oh no, Moji came.
Yeah, wait, Moji, I think it's the 7th edition. It's then 8 is Mathare.
Yes.
Then 9 you were the one who did it to
It was Miriam.
Miriam, unasahau guest mwenye interview. Yeah, 9 with Miriam, then 10 with Pluto.
Yes.
And for me, generally, okay, before to get there, now I'll ask you this simple question. Who was your favorite guest?
Tracy.
Tracy was your favorite guest?
Yes, I did the interview and Tracy just won my heart. I would say Tracy. That was my favorite guest. You know, she's so lovely, so humble. Muna relate na ye. Yes, and we're still friends till to date. So she was my favorite.
Personally, sizitaka kusema favorite. Okay, let me just call a spade a spade. I think episode, I have 2. Let me just say 2.
No, it's 1. Umeniuliza moja, nimesema moja.
Please allow me to say 2. Okay, my best, mimi naweza sema ilikuwa a recent one, the Pluto.
Yeah, also Pluto was
You know,
nice.
I did the interview for him, and let me just say, I think it's one of the best interviews nishaifanya. I mean, listening to his story, and if you didn't know, I actually mentioned it in the Hype Talk. You know, I knew the Pluto from way back.
Yeah, I heard you saying. You were also telling me to Kienda that time when you were.
Yeah, I mentioned it to you. I knew him from way back. So I remember even after the episode imetokea and I'm with my family, we are watching. They also knew him because I remember he came to our church at that time, and I had this album of his, and I was listening to his songs when I was young, and I loved him. Like nilikuwa nampenda. I would look for the PCA church yenye yako. I just want to go to that live concert and sing. Like I loved him that. So for me to witness that growth and to see him to the person that he is, and I remember the guy is 21, and he has that kind of an achievement.
Many achievements, yeah.
And listening to his story, it just moved me. So let me just say,
he's a very humble guy.
And a very humble guy.
If you meet him in person, he's a very nice, friendly, humble guy.
And in case they didn't know, guys, we did the interview at his home.
Imagine.
And Pluto aliingia kwa gari.
Akatuacha.
Aliingia kwa gari, akatuacha kwa nyumba yake na akaendea soda just so tusikose kakitu ka kukunywa.
Imagine.
And even after we were done, he was willing to drive us up to the place. Like where do you get such kind of people? And this is a celebrity.
I know.
Let me just say Pluto was my best. Then my second best was Mash Mwana. I mean, if you I loved Mash. He was a vibe from the fun and games to his
also,
stories.
Masare was a nice guest.
Oh yeah.
Atakama, behind the scenes, we really laughed.
We laughed a lot. I remember.
These are so friendly.
But they guys, I don't think it doesn't. For me, one thing I learned. It doesn't need you to be a celebrity, you know. It doesn't need you to be this kind of big person. These other guys, the Hustle edition was, okay, let me just say it was a special. We were talking about guests. My best guest was the Pluto, but my best episode
also me, it
was the Hustle edition.
Know,
that was my best episode.
Favorite, yeah.
Those guys, like, they have a good heart. Unajua watu wanaonanga wasi wa madhari, mnaona tu these bad guys who drug users and all this stuff, but in reality these guys are the best people you can ever find. I remember
free, any two, you see those guys mnaweza kana wao, you just have a hearty laugh.
They have I
talk
know
about life. I mean that
it was really an innocent. I loved the process and I loved everything within it. Man, it's been quite a journey.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you experienced? Let me just call it failure or challenge, biggest challenge you faced all through the series. Kuangusha.
Ni venye tu hawajui behind the scenes we used to moa a lot.
Oh, natupeleka mbali sasa. I was to come to, those are bloopers we are saving for the last. Saving the best for the last.
I'm telling you.
You know how kusikia.
Ulikuwa tu hapa, you just say a slightest thing and the producer will be on the floor laughing like.
Hawajui masafari rari. Hawajui masafari lali. Ni safari lali.
Was it chule?
But don't worry guys, mutazisikia baadaye. But right now I'm like talking on a serious note, like what's the one challenge that you faced and it will always, like, it gave you the best and the biggest life lesson while in this show?
I think accepting disappointments. You know, tulikuwa tunafikiria itakuwa rahisi doing the episodes, but at times fishing for that guest it wasn't easy. Just have to accept being turned down and hizo disappointment. Na pia wakikuturn down, you like, we move on regardless.
We move on regardless.
Yeah, and as much as it was, guys, tumeishi kuwa na guest.
Tumeishi.
And
we've never let them down.
We've never let you down, and it has been always successful behind that struggle. So I would say that was the biggest challenge we had.
Challenge that you faced. Personally, of course, Kenyu umesema, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah, I remember there's a time Richard called me akaniambia, Koi!
Karibu nimeumia kwa mikono bana juu ya kuchoka.
Koi mimi, mimi nimechoka. Hawa watu hawa reply DMs.
This thing can be difficult.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, jameni.
Ati mimi.
It can be difficult, but unajua musione it is a workload of it's a workload,
yeah.
But it used to take a toll. But that was not for me. What I can say was my biggest challenge is waking up knowing that you're going to the screen for new faces to know you.
I know. Maybe it was my biggest. I used to practice the first episodes, and I'm like, najua ni angle gani nitasema na, because you don't know your audience. You know, wao wanakujua wewe huwajui.
Yeah.
You don't know what they are saying. You don't know what they love seeing and what they don't love seeing.
Exactly.
You know, you have to portray that good angle and picture and give them the words they want to hear. Hey.
But let me tell you, that's the one thing that I used to really like, you know, because you know all through this period, tumona like big people who are in the screens messing up, and maybe alifanya unwillingly.
Kidogo tu na washa mess. Joke venye tumezoea kuongea nini behind the
exactly.
Then I say it and you get offended. You know, you have to be very cautious, at the same time natural.
And so you have to wake up that day unakuja to the screen. So let me just say it's by the grace of God.
I know.
Because you have to, you know, we speak, we give our ideas, we give our opinions, and we don't know if somebody is affected by them negatively. Because, you know, just looking at certain, and of course we won't name them, somebody goes to the radio, anasema kakitu, he ends up being cancelled. Some stars, you know, big stars, they end up saying something, they thought it was a joke whilst at the time they're saying it, and they end up getting cancelled. So that was my biggest challenge, because you know you Richard, now you're going to show the world who you are. Like, you have to show people your real character. As in isi kitu ati unaweza anza ku, you know, acting, because they have to respond to. You
have to be natural.
I have to be natural, so they have to respond to the real me.
Yes.
This is one of the main challenge, let me say, that I've had to face since the show began. But man, I've loved the roller coaster. I've loved every single bit of it, because one thing, we love challenges. I mean, who doesn't love challenges? You know, na?
So guys, we have come to the end of our show, and it's so sad as always. I didn't feel emotional.
And this is something that I never want to feel on camera.
We will see you on our last episode for this season. So I've been your host, Koi Karumba.
And of course, your big boy over here, Richard Kamau, aka Ricky K in the game. And of course, as she has said, I want to know what you guys thought about this. Let's see in the comment section. I mean, from the stories to the discussions that we've had,
the reactions,
generally everything. We want to see your reactions. Are you guys gonna miss us? We want to see. And of course, next time it's gonna be more epic, because what do we have, Koi?
We have a surprise for you.
It's a surprise, eh? Okay, of course, as Koi is saying, we have a surprise for you guys. So stay tuned, stay connected, and of course, we'll see you in episode number 12.
And as always, remember to work hard, have good intentions, and stay happy. And we'll see you on our last episode for season number 1.